Hey everyone, Synchron here, and today's video is going to be a Cyber Dragon deck profile, so let's get into it. For the monsters, 3 Cyber Dragon, 3 core, normal summon a special summon, add from your deck to your hand, a Cyber, spell a trap, and if this card is in the grave, you can banish it to special summon a Cyber Dragon monster from your deck. You can only use one effect of core once per turn and only that turn, and while this card is in the grave, or on the field, its name becomes Cyber Dragon. Next up, we run 3 of the Here's. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field and in the grave, which is a trend that all of the Cyber Dragon cards we run in the deck share, so I'm gonna try not to repeat them. You can only use each one effect of the following of Here's once per turn and only that turn. Either when this card is special summoned, you can make this card's level become 5 until the end of this turn, and you're restricted from special summoning monsters except machines, or if this card is sent to the grave, you can add one other Cyber Dragon from your deck or grave to your hand. And like I said, the other Cyber Dragons we run in this deck count as Cyber Dragons, so I'm not going to try to repeat that. If this card is normal summon, if you normal summon or special summon a Cyber Dragon, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can only use this effect of Bear once per turn, and each Cyber Dragon you control gains 500 attack and defense. Next is Dry. Normal summoned, you can make all Cyber Dragons you control level 5, but you're restricted from special summoning except machines. Again, no problem with this deck. And if this card is banished, you can target a Cyber Dragon you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn. And, you know, the trend continues with its name. Next up, we run 2 Pharaohs. You can special summon this card from your hand by triggering one machine monster once per turn. During the main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand and or field as material. And when the fusion summon monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your grave to add a power bond from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Pharaohs once per turn, which is somewhat helpful when it comes to going for language. When it comes to going for cards like Cyber Eternity, which we'll begin to later for the extra deck. But other than that, it's just a way to search out Power Bond. And finishing with the monsters, 3 Ash Blossom, because we don't like it when our opponent gets to do things. But that'll wrap it up for the monsters of the deck. For the spells and traps, 3 Overload Fusion just for the Rampage and Over Dragon Fusion summons, 2 Power Bond just to take care of one a lot faster, 3 Repair Plant. If you control a Cyber Dragon in your grave, you can activate one of the effects, but if you have 3 or more Cyber Dragons in your grave, you can activate both of these effects in sequence. So either add from your deck to your hand one Light Machine monster, or target a Light Machine in your grave, shuffle it into your deck. But again, 3 or more Cyber Dragons in your grave, you can activate both of them. Next up, 2 Cyber Resystem. Special summon a Cyber Dragon from your hand or grave, but it cannot be destroyed by card effects. 2 Cyber Emergency. Add 1 Light Machine that cannot be normal summoned or set, or 1 Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. If the activation of this card in its owner's possession was negated by an opponent's card effect and sent to the grave, you can discard 1 card and add this card back to your hand. You can only activate 1 emergency per turn. For more 2K options, 2 limiter removal and 2 of the action magic full turn. This turn, double any battle damage that a player takes from battles involving 2 monsters, and during your main phase, if this card is in your grave, except the turn it was sent there, you can discard 1 spell and set this card back to your side of the field. 1 instant fusion. Unfortunately, we had this bumped, so I still feel as if 1 is good enough, mainly for the rank 5 plays. 1 for 1. Monster Reborn, even though we have Resystem, it's just good to have it because why not. Foolish Widow to set up our graves, and finishing up 2 of the Cynet Overflow. Banish Cyber Dragon or dragons with different names, different levels from your hand, face up on the field and or grave, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. If this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 Cyber Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Overflow once per turn, but that'll wrap it up for the spells and traps. For the extra deck, we run 2 Chimera Rampage Dragon, 2 plus Cyber Dragon monsters. If fusion summon of this card must be fusion summoned with the above materials. When this card is fusion summoned, you can target spells and traps on the field up to the number of fusion materials used for this card's fusion summon and destroy them. Once per turn, you can send up to 2 light monsters from your deck to your grave, and if you do, this card gains an additional attack during the battle phase for however many light machine monsters were sent to the grave. And 1 Chimera over Dragon, mainly for the additional attacks and generic material. 1 Cyber Dragon and however many machine monsters must be fusion summoned. If this card is fusion summoned, you can send all cards you control to the grave, and then this card's original attack and defense becomes the number of cards equal to the number of cards you use for this card's fusion summon. Multiply that by 8. And each turn, this card can attack your opponent's monsters a number of times equal to the number of fusion materials used for this card's fusion summon. So say you go for 1 Cyber Dragon and 3 plus machines with Overload Fusion. That's 4 monsters. It can attack 4 times on your opponent's monsters, and 4, multiply that by 800, that's 8, 16, 24, 32. So a 3200 beat stick that could attack 4 of your opponent's monsters. Anyways, the other options you can go for, well, not for Overload Fusion, since this is a light monster. Cyber Twin Dragon, which only requires 2 Cyber Dragons. A fusion summon of this card must be done with the above materials, and this card can attack twice during the battle phase. Or Cyber End Dragon, the other boss monster of the deck, which does require 3 Cyber Dragons. Fusion summon with the above material, and if this card attacks at a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Cyber Eternity Dragon does require a Cyber Dragon and 2 plus machines. Oh, sorry, can you see it? No, actually, hold on, let me put it up here, sorry. If a machine fusion monster or monster is in the grave, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. If this fusion summoned card you control is sent to the grave by an opponent's card, you can special summon a Cyber Dragon from your hand, deck, or grave. You can banish this card from your grave. This turn, your opponent cannot target fusion monsters you control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That was a mouthful. But anyways, we run the 1 Parapsychroid, mainly because it's an instant fusion summon. No, it's an instant fusion target, but it could also be summoned as long as you use 2 monster types with the same name. So basically 2 Cyber Dragons on the field, easy as possible. Either instant fusion or power bond. Get this card up to a ridiculous attack points. It can attack your opponent directly, and if you have, let's see if I can find it here, limited removal, you could basically almost OTK your opponent or potentially OTK them with this 1 card. But moving on, Cyber Dragon Nova, Infinity, number 5 Doom Chimera, 2 plus level 5s, easy for the deck, gains 1000 attack per material attached to this card. This card with material can attack all your opponent's monsters once each, and at the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can activate one of the following effects. Either target a monster in the grave, attach it to this card as material, or target a card your opponent controls. No, target a monster in your opponent's grave and place it at the top of their deck. In a sense, flooding their top deck with a card they may or may not be able to use. But anyways, number 61, Volcanosaurus, mainly for the burn damage by detaching one material from this card and targeting face-up monster your opponent controls. destroying it, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's attack. Sorry, equal to that monster's attack, and this card cannot this card cannot attack your opponent directly the turn you activate this effect. And finishing off the profile, 1 Underclock Taker, just to shrink our opponent's monster's attack as much as we want to. No, depending on whatever it's pointing to. And finally, 1 Cyber Dragon Seeker, requires 2 machines, including a Cyber Dragon. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the grave. During each battle phase, if this card did not declare an attack, quick effect, you can target 1 machine you control with 2100 or more attack. For the rest of this turn, that monster gains. Sorry, I can't read it. That monster gains 2100 attack and defense. Also, neither player takes battle damage from attacks involving this monster. You can only use this effective Seeker once per turn. But with all that rambling, the extra deck is finally over with, and that'll conclude the profile. Well, this is the end of the video. I hope you'll enjoy. In some way, I hope this deck profile was helpful to those who clicked on it. And yeah, stay safe and see you all next time.